What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Costa Nostra back at you guys with another sneaker review, unboxing, and of course that on-feet look with the sock combo to match, guys. Let's jump right into another one. Alright guys, I cannot find enough time to crank these videos out for y'all fast enough. Another one of these, this box goes hard. I love how they've blended the 4, 5, and 6 box into one box, just like they've done with the sneakers, guys. The Kybrid S2 in a size 11. The colorway on this one is Sail / Mystic Navy and Sesame, retailing for $140 US, guys. Let's check out this pair. Alright gang, there they are in hand, the Nike Kybrid S2 in the Shashiko colorway. These are definitely growing on me, guys. I like this colorway. I admittedly was not in love with this colorway when I first saw some pictures of these, especially compared to the first 3, 4, 5 colorways that we've seen from these Kybrid S2s, which in my opinion have all been crazy. They've been memorable, they've been exciting, they've sort of taken some chances, and then this colorway, while different and memorable, I feel like this colorway out of all of them is definitely the most toned down. But aside from maybe that tie-dye USA colorway, there is maybe the most splashes of color going on with this colorway. These are nice, especially that blue, guys. I really like that blue. Something about it just really appeals to me. So guys, let's start with the shoe and the tech itself. If we start at the bottom and the front of the shoe, that's really where you're going to see all the design elements, all the tooling from the Kyrie 4. That outsole is pulled from the Kyrie 4. Honestly, I feel like they went with the most memorable elements from each one of these silhouettes, so I feel like that's really the reason that they chose to bring the outsole from the Kyrie 4, because it was by far the design element of the shoe that really kind of encapsulated what a lot of the colorways were doing. Not only just that, but guys, for me, the Kyrie 4 was one of the first sneakers to really use the outsole and just go ham in the way that they dressed all the colorways, all the different color splashes, the themes that they brought to the shoes, starting right off the bat with that confetti colorway, guys, and then when they moved to that Black History Month, that equality colorway, they really just continued to up the ante with what they were doing, what they were bringing to the table, the themes, the coloring, the designs on these outsoles, and I really feel like that's the reason why we see that on this particular shoe, because guys, as logic would generally let you know, the outsole with the 5 and the 6 really continue to get better, especially the 6s. But guys, like I said, there's just something about that outsole, something about the zigzags from that multi-directional herringbone plate that they threw right there, something about how sort of the triangular teeth of the outsole sort of start to bite past the midsole onto portions of the upper of the shoe. For me, it was almost a no-brainer that they would bring back the 4 outsole. Now guys, if you've watched any of my other reviews on these Kybrids, you'll know that the one thing that I really am the most disappointed with is the lack of that zoom turbo unit, which of course was introduced with the Kyrie 5s. That not being in these Kybrids is massively disappointing to me, guys, but I just feel like they would have had to retool the entire 4 outsole to incorporate the zoom turbo unit in the forefront of the shoe, because guys, on the 4s we had a traditional zoom rectangular bag back on the heel portion of the shoe, so that's where the cushioning was. However, the 4s do benefit from having that full-length Cushlon on the actual midsole itself, so you have a very soft, very forgiving material used right down there. And guys, you can really see from the contours of that midsole, it's so soft that right out of the box, without even throwing these things on feet, you can sort of see the indentations and kind of the creasing on the midsole. Again guys, that Cushlon feels really good, very forgiving underneath, and something that they did not use in the Kyrie 5s and the Kyrie 6s. I don't know if they just felt like pairing that with the zoom turbo unit just didn't make sense or what have you, but guys, that's the direction they chose to go. All of the toe cap, the actual little mud guard, which is made out of leather on the shoe, that's all pulled from the Kyrie 4s. Then as you start to work towards the midfoot strap, that guys is where we have all Kyrie 5 all day, of course with that flytrap strap system that was unique to the Kyrie 5s. A love it or hate it feature. It was one of those things that if you could get your foot in there, it was super functional. It did feel like almost like a glove wrapping around the middle portion of your foot. It definitely provides you a lot of stability and a lot of lockdown to that footbed and that heel counter in the shoe. However, guys, the problem was getting your foot in the shoe. Some people, that just wasn't an option, especially my wide foot, my wide ankle gang. Some people with bigger sized feet, it was just a struggle to watch them try to get the 5s on feet. And honestly, these Kybrids, in my opinion, because the back ankle collar portion of the shoe is pulled from the 6, I feel like it sits slightly higher than the Kyrie 5s do, and because of that, they're a little bit harder than the 5s to actually get on feet. I hate to say it, guys, but that's just my interpretation. I can get these things on feet, but guys, I struggled with these Kybrids more than I struggled with the traditional Kyrie 5s. As we touched on, guys, the ankle collar portion of the shoe is pulled from the Kyrie 6s. The heel counter on the shoe is pulled from the Kyrie 6s, which is another feature that I really dug about the 6s. Whether you liked the actual design elements in terms of the healer's hand and the all-seeing eye being enclosed inside, that heel counter being made out of that sort of forgiving rubber material definitely does the job, locks you down, and it's forgiving, guys. It feels great on feet and isn't something that's going to be biting into your heel or your ankle and sort of blistering you up in just a little bit of time on court with these things on feet. Now, guys, in terms of the actual colorway, this colorway has been dubbed the Shashiko colorway, and in Japanese, Shashiko actually means little stabs. So that's what they've called this sort of stitching technique that they've employed all throughout the shoe, primarily on the flytrap portion of the shoe. That Shashiko stitching is traditionally used to sort of reinforce portions of clothes that were sort of falling apart, and they would add materials to that, and they would employ that Shashiko decorative stitching to make the clothes functional again, guys. Well, nowadays they use it more or less as a design element, and definitely Nike has gone ham as of late with the Shashiko style on some of their colorways of sneakers. We now see it on 2 of these Kyries, one being this S2 Kybrid and one being the low 3 Shashiko, which, stay tuned, guys, I'm gonna film a review for those and throw you an on foot of those as quick as I can. I really like it. I really like what they've done all over that fly trap portion of the shoe. When you have it in hand, it's pretty cool. I like how the top portion has all the sort of crosses or X's, however you see it. And then when you look a little bit lower, you've got kind of like some zigzag type triangle stitching, and then some really, really neat sort of geometric circular stitching throughout. I think they did a really, really cool job of that. There's sort of arcs to the stitching and portions of the shoe kind of near the ankle collar and below the swoosh itself. And then they actually kind of reversed the actual colors on the swoosh. So you have this sort of denim blue kind of swoosh with the white Shashiko stitching all over it, which I think is really, really cool. They did a really, really good job on that. Another kind of cool little feature and shout out, on the tongue there is sort of a little nod to the Nike SB logo, and instead of it saying Nike SB, we see it say Nike BB, which of course is a shout to basketball. Right below that it says Kyrie Irving, a bit of a nod to Kyrie's love for the SB line, as well as maybe paying a little bit of homage to some of these SB colorways that have dropped with the Shashiko stitching as well, guys. What do you guys think about these? You digging these? Are these a little too plain Jane? Do you not like the color? Are you not taking a chance on that white upper? Let's check these things out on feet. Let me know downstairs in that comment section. Y'all know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe. Any questions down below, I'll hit you guys back prompt. Thank you all for rocking with me and my reviews. Much love. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.